Getting ready for date night.
Yay!
Welcome to date night with Bip.
And Bat.
We decided we'd do another one of the original ideas we always had, which was that we would talk about some of the cool stuff that we do together. Because a lot of it involves food or cool music or neat things. So I guess tonight we'll talk about things that I'll put somewhere in the direction. I guess first we'll talk about our trip to the orchestra in Indianapolis to see Bartok and Björk, like a combo event where they played Bartok, which is a guy I'd not known a lot about. For well, he wasn't there.
No.
Neither was Björk.
No.
But they played their music combined together, and Björk, which is one of our favorites, especially Wendy.
Yes, I love Björk.
So that was fun. We went with our friend Abigail, CJ.
Yep.
That was fun. We'll put some clips at some point. That was neat.
Yes. It's the first time you'd really gone to the Symphony.
Yeah, I'd never been. I'd seen like kids do the Nutcracker, but no, I wouldn't call that the same thing as going to the big one and seeing the real deal. That was a lot of fun. And of course, one of the people that we always have fun with, so that was awesome.
Yes.
I want to go back. They do like Star Wars and Lord of the Rings stuff, which would be super rad.
Awesome.
And next time I want to sit in the balcony instead of...
So we can see everything.
Yeah, it was weird, like...
Just right in front of the violins.
Just seeing... saw only the violins and a couple other things. Even being tall, I cannot see all of them. And then one person in the back playing drums.
Yeah.
I got to see the whole time through a very specific tiny little window. But that, I think the balcony would be cool next time. Maybe we'll check out when they do like Lord of the Rings or Star Wars.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that'd be fun. And then we want to talk about an idea that we have been doing for our date nights for a while now. And that's especially because date night means a lot of times here at the house, or it'll mean maybe when the grandparents has the youngest for a little while so that we can go do something for a couple hours. So we try to find things that take TV amounts of time, basically. And I think that one of the things that we wanted to do was we always talk about movies that we watched that were sad for our entire life. And so we decided we'd trade off, and it'd be the last time we watched Dancer in the Dark, because that's one of Wendy's favorite movies. It's got Björk in it. Björk's the new topic today.
Yes.
And then mine was Terms of Endearment, because my mom loved that movie, and I remember her watching a lot. And I remember a lot about it just growing up and being like, I'm a grown up, so we'll check it out and see how different it is.
Yeah.
But I feel like we kind of randomly just went with one this time. It might be fun sometime to randomly decide different new ways to pick how we have our which movie we do. But we did Dancer in the Dark first, and I would sum it up by saying that Björk did a really, really good job. I thought it was sad. Both these movies I wouldn't say are happy.
No. Not at all.
But I think the one was called The Comedic Tragedy.
Yes, yeah.
But it's got Björk in it. It's great, and she's amazing. Excuse me. And well, there's a couple other people I didn't.
Oh yeah, there's
expect to be in it.
Oh, I'm not gonna be able to remember. Any
David Morse, is that his name?
Yeah, and then Peter something, the guy that played in Constantine.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I can't remember what his last name is.
Yeah, guy that plays Satan in Constantine.
Yes.
And what's he play? Chernobog in American Gods. Yeah. And then also, Skarsgård's.
Yes.
The dad.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, there's all kinds of people I didn't realize were in that movie.
Yep.
But also, it's just like, I wouldn't say it's all sad, but it's definitely one that I wouldn't watch if you got a lot, like, immediately in your life that makes you already go, wait a minute. Don't. Yeah. Don't go like, I'm going to watch a very sad movie. But it is worth watching. Yes, it is worth watching at some point in your life. And I also think the soundtrack's awesome.
Yes.
Super cool.
Yes.
And I like how they allow to do different stuff with color and change things around.
Yeah, the saturation.
Yeah, change the saturation levels as they do. The cats are being crazy.
Yes.
And then the other movie was Terms of Endearment, which like I said, I grew up watching because my mom watched a lot. No. No. But I just remember her watching a lot. Just cried every time. But there's a lot of movies like that, like Fried Green Tomatoes and Steel Magnolias, which she's never seen.
I haven't seen it.
So that's on the list for sure. But Terms of Endearment was one I was like, okay, I'm going to watch this now as a grown up and see, since I remember it being fairly sad, and I remembered most of the movie as a grown up. Also,
super,
but funnier. There's definitely comedy in that one. There's definitely actual funny moments, I would say, and then a lot of good acting too.
Yes. Oh yeah.
Shirley MacLaine, Jack Nicholson, Deborah Winger, right? Jeff Daniels.
Yes, Jeff Daniels.
All kinds of people.
Yeah.
And so I grew up loving Dumb and Dumber, but the last time I remember Jeff Daniels before after Terms of Endearment was Dumb and Dumber. So it was weird if you see those two movies, being like, oh yeah, that's very different roles in that movie for sure.
Yes.
But I thought you would like it.
Oh yeah, it was really, really good.
I think my mom would approve.
Yes.
Would definitely be glad that I'd pass that on. I'm pretty sure that it, especially as a dad, that people always say, "Oh, as a dad," and it's like, yeah, I was a kid when I watched it. Now with kids, it's like really a movie where you go, oh, and you have like older parents or like your parents are older than they were when they had you, and now here you are with kids, and it's like, oh, my parents are the grandparents, I'm the parent.
Yes.
My kids are the kid.
Yeah,
this is a lot more impactful than it was when I was, I came out like when I was a couple months old, so, but I remember my mom watching it quite a bit through that whole time period. And I think, I'm trying to remember what are the next two that we should do.
I don't know, because we were talking, did we want to do sad movies, or do we just want to do
probably
movies
not.
that
I think it's just movies the other one hasn't seen. We don't have to do sad movies.
Yes,
most of the time.
yes.
That just so happened to be the first one I think we picked. We're both sad.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think what I would pick. We'll do, I'm trying to think of. There's a lot of, we have, our kids collect a lot of movies that we haven't seen.
Yeah.
Or that they haven't seen and the other one has seen, or that we tell them are good. We go to like, places like, we just go to like secondhand places that sell a lot of, we have a place locally, like a swap shop kind of, and we should do a video about her sometime.
We should, yeah. Yeah,
that place is awesome. But we'll go buy like $1 and $2 Blu-rays, and that's rad because it means we've built up a collection of hundreds of movies probably already, I'd say at least. I don't know, I'll have to ask.
Yeah.
Gordon about how much we've actually done. I don't know. What kind of movie should we do next? We'll figure that out.
Yes.
Figure that out. I'm trying to think because there's usually a huge list of things that we each have seen that the other one has not seen.
Yeah.
We do have a giant collection. I guess we could go over there sometime. And she's also never seen Mad Men.
No.
Which is something I keep talking about.
And you haven't seen, what is it, Firefly?
Firefly.
Yeah.
There's much too different length.
Yes.
Things for sure.
We talked about watching.
Oh, Battlestar Galactica is one.
Yes.
That's what we should do. We should pick Battlestar Galactica or that, because there's enough going on.
Yeah.
Some of those sometimes too. But I don't know. That'd be a whole separate thing.
Yeah.
Because they're much longer. Which we could watch Firefly, I guess, much quicker.
Yeah.
So we might just do that anyways. Talk about that sometime soon. We could chain watch that. Or we can invite everybody over like we did with Fast and Furious. We had a thing where one of our friends wanted to watch all the Fast and Furious movies. So we watched all of them in a row. And so I had to stay awake for the whole thing, at least one person at every time.
And it was like 20-some hours.
That was crazy.
Yes. But everyone still talks about it. It was fun.
Yeah.
It was a good get-together.
Man, I wish I could remember one of the millions of things
we've
we've talked about. Like,
yeah.
We have kids now, so our brains have turned to mush when it comes to remembering things. When it comes to nothing, but we have a large wall of them over there. I guess sometime we go look at the wall and figure it out.
Yeah.
All right, what's the next thing? We were going to talk about... I'm back. We decided we'd watch Elvis because we have had it for a while, and we liked him in Dune.
Yes.
And a couple other things. So we're like, oh yeah, we'll just watch Elvis because neither of us have seen it. Yep. So the next thing we do. And then one of the next things we're going to do is we're going to start having, we don't necessarily have kid videos because we're not going to do that
No.
probably. But we do think that date night a lot of times just has to include kids because
Yep.
people just can't not take their kids. So we're gonna start having some stuff because we do try to take our kids to concerts when we can afford to take them to cheap concerts. We've actually got one coming up next month. We'll be excited for that one.
do.
Castle Rat, that'll be fun.
Yes.
We really like Castle Rat.
They're pretty rad.
We like to take our kids to music. They've been to quite a bit. Necrogobicon was our youngest first show.
Yes.
And it was awesome because now he's like, oh my God, goblins are real. Which they are. John Gobicon, my son,
Yes.
wants to be a guest on your show one day.
Yes. He would love that.
I think he might out-goblin you.
He is a goblin.
He did sneak somehow 10 cosmic
cosmic
brownies
brownies.
in 1 week. Somehow. Like less than 2 days or 3 days, I think.
3 days,
Maybe
yeah.
somehow. And he's tiny, so. But he's also like a snake and will have his stomach away somehow. I don't know. It's
Yes.
insane. He's also very sneaky and very clever. But anyway, so we're going to go to Brooklyn Pizza
Yes.
and do like a little hint. It's going to be kind of a review, but not because we already
Kind of
really
an
like it there.
interview
But I'm going to
thing.
interview Sean too, so
Yeah.
it'll be like more like a overview of the place.
Yeah.
And like a date night with kids, and just kind of show some tips for pizza places. If you're going to take your kids out and find a place to eat, local pizza places usually have the best
They have great
deals
deals.
and everything you can do. There's a place in our town and the town close
Mm-hmm.
where one of us grew up, where I grew up. That's awesome. That's where Brooklyn is.
Mm-hmm.
So lots of good ideas on things you can do with kids. And if you can't, well, I don't know. We'll figure it out.
Yeah.
I bet maybe, just maybe, if we find some places, I think we take the kids that don't cost anything anyways, or
Yeah.
cost very little. Sometimes buying a park pass has been
Oh, yeah.
one of the best
that's been
things
awesome.
because, it saves us a ton of, every time we take the kids to go hike or something like that, It's been
Yes.
awesome. That's another thing. We have a refuge fairly close that I grew up going to that we love to go to, and it's
Mm-hmm.
free. So there's all kinds of stuff you can do that still involve. And maybe pick up pizza on the way home
Yes.
and take it back with you, and then we've done that quite a few actually.
Yes, we have. and
Or
it's
like we have to
great.
call and do pizza on the way back, because that's one of the few things that we found if I don't make it and she doesn't help me make it, that we can find a deal at a local place that covers everybody and still feels like we got our money's worth.
Yeah.
Because a lot of times you can't do that at other things anymore.
No, not really at all.
All right, well, that was it for the first date night.
Yeah.
And we'll try to show some clips in here. And hopefully, excuse me. That was today's Minnesota Wild Rice from previous date trip. Anyways, thanks for coming.
Yes, thank you.